Imagine our planet, not as you know it today, but as a vibrant alien world teeming with creatures straight out of a science fiction novel. This was Earth over 500 million years ago, a time of unprecedented biological innovation and radical, sweeping transformation for all life. For billions of years prior, life on Earth had been remarkably simple, dominated entirely by microscopic bacteria and single-celled organisms. The vast ancient oceans seemed like quiet, unchanging realms, with little to suggest the incredible complexity and diversity that was yet to come. Even in the late Proterozoic, around 600 million years ago, a fascinating but less diverse collection of soft-bodied organisms known as the Ediacaran biota emerged. These creatures were often immobile, disc-shaped, or quilted, lacking mouths, guts, and any clear sense of predation, existing in a world without active hunters. Around 540 million years ago, however, something truly extraordinary occurred, an event that profoundly reshaped the course of life forevermore. It was a biological phenomenon so profound, so sudden in geological terms, and so diverse that scientists named it the Cambrian Explosion. During this relatively brief geological window, spanning tens of millions of years, nearly all major animal phyla, or fundamental body plans, rapidly emerged. This means the blueprints for arthropods, mollusks, worms, and even chordates, the group that includes all vertebrates, were laid down in this era. It was a period of frantic, intense evolutionary experimentation, where nature seemed to be trying out every conceivable biological blueprint and design. The planet's oceans, once serene and quiet, became a dynamic canvas for innovation, a place where new forms of life rapidly diversified and specialized. This wasn't just a gradual increase in species. It was a fundamental shift, introducing complex multicellular organisms with specialized parts and functions. Suddenly, creatures with distinct heads, segmented bodies, articulated limbs, and sophisticated sensory organs began to appear in the fossil record worldwide. Many of these early pioneers looked utterly bizarre to our modern eyes, embodying shapes and features we rarely, if ever, observe in today's ecosystems. Imagine swimming through crystal-clear primeval waters, encountering beings with multiple eyes, strange tentacles, and formidable armored plates for defense. The Cambrian period represents a truly unique and pivotal chapter in Earth's history, a vivid testament to the astounding power of evolution to create novelty. It marked the true dawn of animal life as we understand it, laying the critical groundwork for the incredible biodiversity we observe across the globe today. Before this epoch, the largest organisms were often soft-bodied, symmetrical, and relatively simple, leaving behind scant, ambiguous fossil evidence of their existence. But with the Cambrian explosion, a crucial evolutionary development occurred: the widespread appearance of hard parts like shells, exoskeletons, and teeth. This surge in the formation of mineralized tissues allowed for much better preservation in the fossil record, offering us a tantalizing glimpse into these ancient wonders. These new adaptations not only provided vital protection from predators, but also enabled greater mobility, new feeding strategies, and more complex sensory perceptions. One of the most profound and game-changing developments was the emergence of the very first true predators, fundamentally altering the dynamics of survival forever. No longer were creatures merely filtering nutrients from the water or passively absorbing light. Now, some were actively hunting others for sustenance and energy. This new, intense predator-prey relationship ignited an unprecedented evolutionary arms race, driving both offensive and defensive adaptations to astonishing new levels. Prey animals developed thicker shells, sharper spines, more elaborate camouflage, and faster movements to evade their relentless pursuers in the open water. Conversely, predators evolved sharper claws, stronger jaws, keener senses, and more agile bodies to capture their increasingly well-defended targets with greater success. It was a period of intense competition and rapid innovation, where evolutionary adaptations meant the critical difference between thriving and becoming utterly extinct. The Cambrian seas were a crucible of natural selection, fiercely forging the intricate biological systems that define animal life in every corner of the planet today. Scientists believe several factors converged to trigger this explosion, including rising oxygen levels from photosynthetic life, enabling larger, more active bodies. Another key factor was the development of a genetic toolkit, specifically Hox genes, which allowed for the modular construction of complex body plans. This genetic innovation provided the raw material for rapid morphological experimentation, leading to the diverse forms we see in the Cambrian fossil record. Let's now dive deeper into this ancient, vibrant ocean and meet some of the most iconic and peculiar inhabitants of this truly alien world from 500 million years ago. Perhaps the most famous and undeniably fearsome creature of the Cambrian period was the mighty Anomalocaris, a true apex predator of its time, unparalleled in its domain. Its name, meaning anomalous shrimp, hardly does justice to its formidable presence and power, making it a true marvel of ancient life and a testament to early evolution. Anomalocaris could grow up to 1 meter in length, an absolutely enormous size for its era, enabling it to dominate the ancient marine food web completely and without rival. It possessed large, compound eyes, similar to those of modern insects, providing excellent panoramic vision to spot unsuspecting prey in the clear, sunlit waters below. But its most striking and terrifying features were two massive, spiny appendages extending from its head, resembling a pair of formidable, segmented claws. These powerful grasping limbs, lined with numerous sharp spines, were perfectly adapted for snatching, holding, and tearing apart its prey with brutal efficiency and precision. Its unique circular mouth, shaped like a pineapple slice and lined with sharp, overlapping plates, could easily crush the hard shells of armored trilobites with ease. Anomalocaris was the undisputed T-Rex of the Cambrian oceans, a hunter at the very pinnacle of its food chain, seemingly fearless and utterly dominant over all others. It navigated the waters with surprising grace and agility, using a series of flexible, lobe-like fins that ran along both sides of its elongated body, propelling it forward. This creature represents the pinnacle of early predatory evolution, showcasing how rapidly complex hunting strategies and morphologies developed in this groundbreaking era. Its exquisite fossils, primarily discovered in the famous Burgess Shale of Canada, offer invaluable insights into this ancient marine ecosystem and its diverse inhabitants. Another equally bizarre and captivating resident of the Cambrian seas was Oppibinia regalis, a creature that truly defies easy categorization and classification by modern standards. Oppibinia was a smaller animal, typically around 7 centimeters long, with a segmented body and a series of delicate, gill-like structures along its sides for respiration. Its most distinctive features were its 5 prominent stalked eyes, arranged across its head, giving it an almost whimsical yet profoundly otherworldly appearance, truly unique. But perhaps its most astonishing attribute was a long, flexible proboscis or snout, armed with a multi-spined claw at its very tip, extending conspicuously from its face. This remarkable proboscis was likely used to forage for soft-bodied food items on the seafloor, reaching into crevices to extract hidden organisms or detritus with precision. Oppibinia's utterly unique anatomy, with its multiple eyes and singular grasping feeding appendage, highlights the incredibly experimental nature of Cambrian life forms. It's a prime example of how evolution explored wildly different body plans and sensory arrangements before settling on the more familiar forms we observe across Earth today. Imagine the sheer awe, or perhaps even terror, of encountering such a creature with its 5 eyes scanning the depths and its proboscis expertly probing the marine substrate. The Burgess Shale has also yielded fossils of countless other fascinating creatures, each adding a unique piece to the intricate mosaic of Cambrian life and its biodiversity. There were the incredibly abundant trilobites, armored arthropods that scuttled across the sea floor, some capable of rolling into protective balls when threatened by predators. Wiwaxia corrugata, a slug-like creature covered in rows of spiny scales and plates, offered another unique design, perhaps deterring predators with its formidable, bristly defenses. Hallucigenia sparsa, another peculiar creature, once famously reconstructed upside down, possessed an array of sharp spines and delicate tentacles defying conventional understanding. Picaia gracilens, a small, unassuming worm-like organism, is particularly significant because it possessed a notochord, a flexible rod that is a precursor to our own backbone. This humble creature is believed to be one of the earliest known chordates, placing it in a direct and critical lineage leading to all vertebrates, including fish, birds, mammals, and humans. It's a powerful and humbling reminder that our own deep evolutionary origins and the origins of all backboned animals trace directly back to these ancient alien seas. The sheer diversity and morphological disparity of forms that appeared during the Cambrian Explosion is staggering, a true testament to evolution's unbounded creative power. It was a period when the very rules of animal life were being fundamentally written, with new genes and developmental pathways emerging at an incredible, accelerated rate. Several factors likely converged to trigger this explosion, including rising oxygen levels from photosynthetic life, which enabled larger, more active, and metabolically demanding bodies. Another key factor was the development of a genetic toolkit, specifically, a set of regulatory genes called Hox genes, which allowed for the modular construction of complex body plans. This genetic innovation provided the raw material for rapid morphological experimentation, leading to the dizzying array of diverse forms we see in the Cambrian fossil record. The development of complex ecosystems, with intricate food webs and newly available ecological niches, also played a vital role in driving this unprecedented biological revolution. This extraordinary biological revolution, however, was not without its profound challenges, and like all great epics, it eventually came to a tumultuous, world-altering end. The Cambrian period, rich with its strange and wonderful creatures, eventually gave way to subsequent geological eras, ushering in new evolutionary chapters and new forms of life. Towards the end of the Cambrian period and into the early Ordovician, Earth experienced its first major global mass extinction event, dramatically reshaping the tree of life. Significant changes in sea levels, widespread volcanic activity, and fundamental shifts in ocean chemistry likely contributed to this widespread loss of life across the planet. Many of the unique and highly experimental body plans that had emerged during the Cambrian Explosion did not survive this profoundly challenging and unstable period. Species that were highly specialized or simply unable to adapt quickly enough to the drastically changing environmental conditions simply vanished from the fossil record forever. This mass extinction, though catastrophic in its scale, played a crucial, albeit harsh, role in shaping the subsequent trajectory of life on Earth, paving entirely new evolutionary paths. It cleared the way for new groups of organisms to flourish and evolve, filling the vast ecological niches left vacant by the extinct species and entire ancient lineages. Among the survivors were the ancestors of much of modern life, including the humble Picaia, which endured these hardships and continued its quiet, yet profound evolutionary journey. Without this initial period of intense experimentation, followed by the rigorous filters of selective pressures, the evolutionary tree of life would look vastly different today. The Cambrian Explosion reminds us that our planet has always been a place of constant, dynamic change, sometimes gradual, sometimes spectacularly revolutionary in its scope. It teaches us that even the most stable ecosystems can be transformed in the blink of a geological eye, creating entirely new worlds and utterly novel life forms in their wake. From the bizarre, multi-eyed Opabenia to the fearsome clawed Anomalocaris, these creatures represent a vibrant, ancient testament to life's extraordinary tenacity and adaptability. They were the pioneers of biological complexity, the original architects of animal diversity, and the distant yet direct alien relatives of every single living thing on Earth. The story of the Cambrian Explosion is not just about ancient monsters. It is fundamentally about the very origins of complex, multicellular life, including our own existence. It's a powerful narrative of evolution's boundless creativity, showing us how radical innovation can suddenly and dramatically reshape an entire planet's biosphere and destiny. So, as you look at the incredible diversity of life around you today, remember that it all began in these ancient alien oceans over 500 million years ago in a world transformed. A period where Earth truly felt like another world, teeming with wonders that laid the foundational blueprints for everything that followed, right up to the present day and to us. The Cambrian Explosion, a spectacular and foundational chapter in Earth's history, forever etched in the rocks and in the enduring, unbroken lineage of life itself.